Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I'm gonna be playing Seablock. Let's see what is going on. Where have we stopped? I actually forgot to read my spreadsheet with the planning. I'm not even sure whether I have the names of the previous episodes in there. Right, I didn't name the previous episode. What were we doing? I think we added another power plant, right? I guess. Right, I need to, like, I'm trying to build some kind of backlog, but so far it looks like I have only 2 episodes prepared, and I don't know the name of the previous one. I should really be doing that right after I finish the recording of the episode. Like, writing down the name. This would be much more convenient, I feel. Right, let's take a look at this part. We can do something like that, right? We could basically place the stuff there and just shoot at those worms. Now, with this part, what are we doing today? Let's think. I would like to replace this power plant, actually. That's what I'd like to do. Yep, that's the plan. Removing, placing it here, so it wouldn't actually, you know, I'm not even gonna bother. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to have worked. So we'll just delete this whole thing. It will stop working, this whole line, with ammonium, carbide, with all this good stuff. But it should be okay. It should be okay. Yeah, all this also running. What is happening with this block? We need lots and lots and lots of underground belts. That's it. I'm a little bit surprised that it's that simple. Okay, let's try to run the upgrade planner. Doesn't find anything worth upgrading. What if we inserted lots of modules? Is this gonna do anything? Or have you already done that? Algae Farm 2? Algae Farm 2. Why are we using Algae Farm 2? That's an interesting question. Right, because I would like to have the best algae farm, probably. I'd like to have something like that. Again, not fully sure, but sounds like a good idea. Right, and then we could add some models in there. What is happening with the models? We do not have speed models. That is not good. I think we don't have them because red circuits are not getting delivered here because of very, very low priority of the station. What's this? Oh, look at that! We have 1000 red circuits actually delivered here. That is good. Very, very good. We also need some red circuits delivered here. What's the priority? Priority is the default. So... oh, here we also have default priority. Here we have really, really high priority. Interesting. Didn't I want to like lower priority for some of these blocks? I guess it's a better idea to lower priority because we need a lot of speed models. Oh, come on. What is happening here? Oh, I see. I see. Just, I think I see what's happening. The robots are super slow because they lost the power. So they cannot really do anything, they cannot recharge along the way. They are, yeah, they're pretty sad robots now. Okay, what should we do next? Now that we told the thing that we want to landfill that area, how about we just place stuff here? Kind of like that. And we'll wait and see what happens. The robots in theory are supposed to like build lots of these things, etc, etc. Now, artillery research. That's a very, very good stuff. The problem that I see is that we run out of military science somehow. I don't understand how. I thought we had like 9,000 or something. I thought we had a lot of military science. Yeah, it does not seem to be the case. In this case, let's switch the research and let's try to focus on something else, like tool belts. Let's try it. Let's just try to research it. I want to see what would happen. Redux. Advanced material processing. Battery. We don't really need this research with steam turbine. That would be useful actually. I want it. Yep. I'd like to have steam turbine so that we could start with a little bit less efficient layout of the reactor. And this one is heat exchanger, right? So if we go for heat exchangers, that's heat exchanger. What exactly is this one missing? It's missing heat pipes 3, which does make sense. Oh, silver plates, that's good. That's good because that means that we'll be able to go through this stockpile of silver. We have kinda lots of it. So that's great. We'll produce a lot of heat pipes, and I'd like a better heat exchanger, probably. Does it matter? Yes, because this heat exchanger is needed to work with this heat turbine. It wants 615 degrees steam, and this is given 615. Nice. What is this? We have like a couple of smelters, smelting thingies and ethanol. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. We'll figure out how to properly work with that stuff. Electric poles. Do we have substations anywhere? Substations. I want this, but it requires black. It requires black circuit and ethanol, so it kind of makes it inaccessible to us for now. That is fine. That's totally fine. Now, let's think what we should do next. Maybe, just maybe, a logical step would be to try and get rubies. And we want to use a process based on, basically based on this. So if I go to blueprints, to GEODES build, and I apply this one to it, things should get upgraded, right? Let's see. Am I missing anything? So we have Algae Farm 4, lots of filtration units, washing plant 2. We have the belts. The belts look bad. Let's upgrade the belts to the Set to the purple, right? That's what we are doing. Okay, so here it is. Here is our build. Can we... Okay, we cannot insert modules just like that, but we can save this blueprint. This is our GEODES. That is a very good blueprint. And now we will just wait for these things to be kind of upgraded. I am surprised that we are unable to consume all of these things fast enough, quickly enough. Because the yellow stuff, it goes in there. Oh. I see. The problem is this spot. Okay, got it. Would it make sense if we have such connection across? I don't think so. So now all of this are working for Cratinium, like focusing on Cratinium, but our overall Cratinium output is actually not that great. It's not that great. Okay. I guess it's okay. I guess it is okay. It's not ideal, but not that bad. Nice. Let's think. I want to have a better process for this one, and we don't need 30, I think. Let me quickly check something. So I have this new, like the different spreadsheet where I'm calculating the proportions of different ores that we need. And for gems, it looks like the final, like the very, very final needs for our gems is to have 33.1 polished rubies, 2 polished diamonds, amethysts, and topaz, and 4 sapphires and emeralds. That's basically our demands for the gems for these things. Now, in total, that means we need 4 plus 4 plus 2, it's 10. 2, 2, 33, it's 37, plus 10, it's 47.1. Let's say we are going for 60. Let's say we want this menu. Let's see. This part, we'll figure something out with it, I guess. Shouldn't be that hard. This one. Assembly machine, that's not a lot. We are using 60. 60. Of 60. Happen. Oh wait. What? I'm confused. Why are we? Why do we have speed models there? We are not supposed to. We are not supposed to have speed models there. Wow, 6.4. That's a lot. And we'll be doing it from cut ruby. Interesting, so this part will probably go to another block, to be honest. Yeah, this will probably be another block. But what we do know is because of this prod modules in here, we need significantly less raw rubies, right? Instead of needing 60, we actually seem to need only like 35, which is great. Because it means that yeah, prod modules work. Stuff works. So here's our stuff. We have everywhere like 60, 60 here, 60. Interesting. So in theory, we can have all our polished rubies produced with a single crystallizer. This one. One crystallizer can do everything that we need. Well, and we'll have a second one to produce some crystal catalysts. And we'll be interested in this, in 1000 crystal seedling. How much crystal seedling are we producing right now? Seedling. We are producing 10,000 per minute. That means that in a second we are producing 180, right? And we want to be producing 1000 per second. We want to... Wow, that's crazy. We have all of that, right? 4 lines here and 1 line here, and actually a little bit here as well. So we have 5 lines, 30 blocks producing this like seedling stuff. And now we suddenly want to like increase it by 6 times just for rubies. Wow. Wow. That's a lot. But also this thing, we actually use a lot of, well, yeah, we are using a lot of beaconed things in here. I'm gonna beacon this a little bit. Okay, so the important part. We have this filtration unit. Let's take a look. We have this thing that needs to be fully beaconed. And we have... This one doesn't. And we have this one. The filtration unit that needs to be fully beaconed. Let's try to, I don't know, to kind of draft something. For example, here. This seems to be a pretty nice spot. So let's maybe do that. We have... we would like to have this crystallizer, this thingy somewhere. It's given us lots of ruby. Oh, why do we get 20 ruby? Oh, right, because this is the input, 20. The output is 35. Got it. Right, and we want something like this kind of on the side. For this part, we need to have a filtration unit that will be giving us lots of stuff, and the output is sulfuric wastewater. This part can actually be speed beaconed, I don't know, like up to 30 or something. I mean, yeah, it can be just placed on the side basically. Let's try this, and we'll see what we are able to achieve. Okay, I think I feel like these are placed correctly. Nice. Now let's upgrade them to tier 2. Should we? No, let's keep them tier 1. We'll keep them tier 1 because they actually need to be upgraded to tier 3 to reach across to the other side. Right, and the middle line will be tier 2s. That's kind of how it's gonna work. Yeah. So the middle one is tier 2s. This one remains tier 1. And just now already we have 40 beacons here. Good. So now that we have these 40 beacons, let's copy that. And we'll try to build it in a way that makes it easier for us to upgrade it later. The 60 beacons. So because I want to have like end game layout, like the final one, you know. So let's do something like this. Well, first of all, even with this layout, we can already have 40 easily, very, very easily. The question is, if we say that this part gets only 40, is this gonna be enough or not? It seems to be enough, and I don't really care about rounding issues, because we're aiming for 60 while we actually are interested only in like what, 50. So I don't particularly care about like small rounding issues here and there. So we don't actually need to have another kind of layer around. And here, if we go for 40, well, first of all, probably want to use efficiency models and then it's still enough. So we don't need to build a third line. But if you don't want to build the third line, if what we have here is enough, then we could totally do something like that, right? Here we just want to upgrade the stuff. Yep, we could go with that. Now, the interesting part is that this is the output. So let's bring it over there. That's the output. And we need to have it delivered to that side. We can actually should we do it like that? It's the question. Or not? I mean, sure, it's not like it really matters. It's not like the stuff really matters. We have 1000 crystal slurry traveling here. I think what we build in here should be enough. And another thing that we want to have this single machine. You know what? Let's use nice let's use nice spacing everywhere. Let's just do it properly from the very beginning, like that. Right, probably means that this part also needs to be a bit faster. That's fine. We could maybe start with the beacons too from the very beginning. Now, what we got? We have this one. We have this one. They're both built. We are feeding them with output from this thing, and we need to do something with filter frames. Right, we need to do something with filter frames. This stuff doesn't require a lot of beacons. Let's think. We gotta think a little bit. We need a lot of purified water. It's like extra input. That's okay. We need to give it a lot of crystal slurry, and we need to recharge this part. How can we recharge it? We can have something built, I don't know, on this side. I could remove these two beacons here. I don't think they will change anything that much. Actually, maybe we could remove just one beacon. Now to think about it, it's fine either way. It's fine either way. Yeah, we can probably just remove one beacon and have something like inserting stuff there and inserter taking stuff from there. Well, then I will not be able to kind of start it up, right? How should we do it? We'll have inserter placing things directly, inserter placing things in a box, and inserter taking things from the box. Right. We want 19 per second. Maybe I'll do it like that. But then I want to have a box in the middle. We can still have a box. It's fine. Yeah, that's what we'll be using. That's the layout that we'll have. We'll need purified water. That should be straightforward to get. The trickiest part would actually be, oh wow, 196. That is actually a lot. That's actually lots of stuff. How can we produce so much dust? So the dust... Okay, we are positive on sulfur, that's good. And we need only a single header plant here. That's with how many beacons? Okay, I said 30 beacons. How many beacons do we have here? I actually have only 12 beacons. You know what? I just want to replace all these beacons with the better ones. We can kind of save a little bit on the power consumption later, right? We can do it a bit later. What's happening here? We have a problem. Okay, let's do it like this. This way we will not have this problem anymore. I want to move, I think, to that side. Okay, this thing kinda... right, I can click on that. It relies on speed models being available around, but we should be able... Where's my build? It's over there. We shouldn't really have problems with adding like all of this buildings there. I guess maybe we could... Let's figure this out. We'll figure this out, kind of step by step. This part, we require... We need to have... Okay, let's say it will be using efficiency models, and it says that we'll be using 60 beacons. I don't like that. How about 40 beacons? 40 beacons, it's looking great. What if we go for like 20 beacons? Okay, it's not 20. This one. 20 is not enough, so we need like at least 30, right? But 30 beacons is just two kind of layers. It's basically the same setup, I think. Unless I'm mistaken. Unless I'm very, very mistaken. Right, we could have something like that. Except the output needs to be on the other side, so maybe we should bring it kind of over there. We'll place this liquefier right there, and it will be giving us lots and lots of crystal slurry, just like that. Now the only trick, kind of problem here, is that we will need to feed it two things actually. We need to feed it crystal dust. So how many do we have here? We have 32, that's good. We can actually remove... Well... We can bring it up? No. Two belts of crystal dust are not enough for this. We need 3 belts. So let's say we'll be bringing 3 belts from this side. These are going to be the inputs. And we will need this chemical plant. How many beacons does it want? The one that produces sulfuric acid. Not a lot of beacons, that's good. Not a lot of beacons. I mean, this don't require lots of beacons, but I don't actually want to use speed models, I want to use efficiency models everywhere. Why am I doing that? Question. And this would require maybe like 12 beacons or something. Just a little bit of beacons. Right here. I'll probably also go for efficiency modulus there and for beacons there. Right, so we need just 12 basically beacons, even less, actually maybe even like 8 beacons or something. So we need 3 of this. Let's try to figure out how we can place them. So we want this one to be given as sulfuric acid. Maybe we could even do it like that. That's sulfuric acid. It wants to have this stuff that will be connected like that. That's sulfur dioxide. And for that, we need sulfur. And we need oxygen. So sulfur, we can get it basically from there. How should we connect all of these things? I'm not fully sure. I'm not fully sure about the connection there. Maybe we'll bring it from that side. I don't know. Basically, we want something like this here, and we want oxygen. Actually, now that I think about it, I want slightly different approach. I want to take slightly different approach to this. I'd like to place this one there, and you know, on the side, and we'll be given. We will be given things like that. Okay, I feel like this is a little bit better, and we can also have some kind of connection for the water. So that's our water, and we could have even more water connections like this. This is purified water. So we have what have we built? We have this thing. We kind of have that one, so it's not finished yet. We're taking stuff from there, dropping them there. No, we'll be taking things from there and dropping them there. We'll do exactly the same thing for this. And in the middle we'll have a requested chest that will be kind of priming this assembly machine with some filters, right? Good. Next. What's happening with the power? It's not looking great, but we can adjust this a little bit to make it a tiny bit better. I cannot remove it from the map. Okay, I'll just delete that one temporarily. We'll fix it later. And another thing that we need oxygen. With oxygen, this part. Let's say we don't have any beacons for this one. Okay, then we need 5. And if we are using beacons, okay, we just need 12 beacons, and oxygen will be working fine. I think that we should basically just place it right there. We need to remove 400 nitrogen gas. Can we do it with a single flat stack? You know what? We don't have to be doing that with a single flat stack. We can do it with 2 flat stacks, and that should definitely be possible. Oh no. Right, that's expected. Nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. and we need these things. The thing is, I don't feel like we actually need to have any models in there. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We need 11 of this. And we didn't have to have any beacons for this one, but since we have already, it's basically fine. We need 12 of this. How can we do that? It's basically, it's pretty much 6 plus 6, right? Can even push it a bit higher if we bring this a bit to the side. Something like this. Let's try that. So we basically need... oh, we don't have space here. Right, but we might be able to get some space up there. So that's what we would like to have. Right? Maybe I should have oriented it kind of horizontally. Maybe it would look better. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of placing these things. Maybe like that. I kind of like that idea, to be honest. So let's go with this one. Yep. This. Much better. Now, the main problem that we have is that this part requires 3 inputs with the dust. That's a lot. That's actually a lot. So we need to get 3. We basically built, okay, crystal slurry. We have it. This one we kinda have it, except we need an input belt, and we'll need another inserter, just bringing stuff from the belt and dropping it over there. Just 4 per second, it's nothing. This is charcoal. So let's say we have that one, we have this is placed, even this is placed, and this one, we have it right there. The only part that we don't have is mineralized water, so for that one we would need to... I'm just gonna be clarifying that. Maybe. Okay, that's actually not that great, because we could be producing charcoal out of that, to be honest. Should we? Should we do that or not? To save a little bit of on charcoal. I'll probably not have a clarifier here. We'll see. For now, I just want to get like a rough estimate of what will be happening here. So that's not great. Okay, if you have 12 beacons everywhere, then we can actually deal with just one crusher. But let's say we don't have any of the beacons anywhere there. How would it work in that case? We don't have anything here. Let's take a look. So there are no beacons, and we need basically slightly more than 3, slightly more than 3, slightly more than 2. Well, basically 2, 2, 1, 1. So it's almost exactly what we have here. Where is it? It's almost exactly what we have here. Almost exactly the same ratios, except would be great to add like 1 or 2 beacons, and 1 beacon can be placed here, another one can be placed there. So with these 2 beacons and potentially a 3rd one there, we can have 3 beacons coverage. Like 2 beacon coverage is super easy. For this 3 we can actually have lots of beacons. Right, let's see. For this 3, if we add just 2 beacons, what would happen? We suddenly need just 3. Yeah, and 2 beacons here and here will basically be enough. That's, I think, what we figured out. For this layout, we can just take this layout as is, and it will work just fine. This layout will work just fine. Good. We'll add beacon here, 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 and here. And yeah, that's it. Good. Good. Next. We need this stuff. The ratio between them, okay, here the ratio I think is 1 to 5. Yes, it's 1 to 5. I would assume the same ratio to remain here. It's like 1 to 5. Yes, exactly. 7.5 is 35 and 0.3 is like 1.5. So the ratio is 1 to 5 and we need 7 of this. That means that we actually want 8 washing plants. I probably want to overbuild it a little bit. Just a tiny bit so that we don't have a shortage of crystal dust like ever. Maybe I should underbuild it a tiny bit. No, we'll overbuild it because then we'll have an even number, right? It's better to have 8 lines than 7 lines. That's the idea. And we could have that stuff. I mean, we could basically just copy what we have here. Here we have, well, here we have much fewer lines. That's basically one line. Right? We could basically maybe start it from there. So let's say we have one line. We want this one to have 20 beacons. How many beacons can we actually place there? Let's maybe start with this one, with calculating that. So if I use this beacon, place it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can have 5 on this side very, very easily. This makes it 10. This makes it 20. So getting 20 beacons is actually very, very easy. However, we can take it kind of a step further potentially. Let's think. Let's say is this how we're doing it? No, doing it like that. Let's say we want to add a couple of beacons here. Actually, we can add 3 there and kind of 3 there. That would be 26, right? If you do something like this, that would be 26. The only problem is that we might have some difficulties placing the next line, but we could always do it like that. Right? Okay. You can have this kind of stuff. It will be a little bit longer. Quite a bit longer. However, that would give how many? Let's calculate. 26. Oh wait, I wasn't calculating beacons there. Oh no, I didn't calculate the beacons. I did it without the beacons. My bad. 26. Wait, but here is the thing. Why do we need beacons? Why do we need to waste power? Because we have a lot of power. A lot of power will be consumed by this part. If we can save power on beacons, on like this thing, let's do that. Let's save power. And we need 8 lines of that. So instead of having this built, let me actually copy it, maybe. So instead of having something like that, we'll double it, pretty much. That's, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how exactly to connect all of these things together. Right now I'm more interested in the spacing. than in having these things actually working. So we could just have 8 lines of that. We can just double that. We can double that. We can potentially place them like here and here. We'll see. It would depend actually on the new reactor layout. So this is our new reactor. Kind of ends around this warehouse. If we place one here, we don't quite have enough space. It's gonna be not quite enough space. Okay, but wait a moment. 5 beacons here is super cheap, and we can use worse beacons for that. We can easily give this thing 5 beacons. Very, very easily. It's like no problem whatsoever. If you give this one 5 beacons, we just need 3 lines. That is good. Yeah, let's do that. This way it will be a little bit more narrow. It will actually fit in this area. Yeah, I like that. I'd like to do it like that with only 3 lines. We already have 4 here. Interesting. We could maybe add beacons only in the middle. Beacon only this 2. This is a completely separate, right? What is this? What is this stuff? Oh, we are sending excess of mud. No, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to have a mud export in this block. We have enough landfill produced by the other blocks, so I'm not really interested in that. I'm not interested in that part. This one is also yeah, doesn't interest me at all. Alright, we are deleting this one, and well, I shouldn't have deleted that one, I guess. We want to have a direct insertion over there, I think. Yep, something like this. And now, the only thing that I'd like to do, I'd like to remove all of the power poles, by the way. If I remove power poles, will we have enough space? I think we will. I think we will. So let's do that. I would like to remove this part and to basically move it up 1, 2, 3. I want to move it up by 3. I'd like to delete. Oh, this is deleting them, right? No, that's not the deletion. Where am I deleting power poles? This one. I'd like to get rid of them. We don't need them. And we'll just place a couple of beacons. Yeah, kinda like that. And I feel like this alone, just this part, should already be enough. Except for the fact that we do not have power connections over there. That is not great, but we can add them relatively easily. Right? We could just have something like this done on this side. And on the other side, it will not be able to reach. That's bad. That's not good. That is not good. I guess we could sacrifice like a couple of beacons, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that. And if we have a beta, Substations. Okay, this is substation 3. Do we have substations 4? No, we haven't researched them. At least I don't think we have researched them. Let's take a look. That is already substation 3. Reach 30. Oh, but this is substation 2. Wait a moment. I could have this one there. It will not reach the beacons though. That's a tiny problem. We want it to be reaching the beacons, but the same substations on the other side actually are able to do that. So it shouldn't be a problem, right? Let's take a look. This one will reach beacons, this one will reach beacons, this one will not, but at least we'll have a proper coverage for all of this. Are we producing them? I think we are. We're supposed to be producing them. Is that it? That's the question. Do we need one more? Honestly, I don't think we should be worried about getting like a little bit more beacon coverage there. I think it's fine the way it is now. Maybe one thing that we could improve, we could actually send the input from here. Alright, let's take a look. So if we do it like this, we could just send the input, like all the input from one side, just like that. The only problematic part is this beacon. You know, we can fix that. Sure. Okay, we're missing 2 beacons here, right? We could, you know, well, not exactly. Yeah. Let's forget about that. Let's ignore this for a bit, because I think it might still be fine. It might still be fine if you speed up this part even a little bit. It would still be good enough for what we need. Let's not kind of overthink this too much. Overthinking a little is fine. Overthinking too much is too much. Right, that's what I would like to have. We can actually shift this thing up or down a little bit. That is pretty nice. And it should be producing a lot of GEODES. It should be giving us lots and lots of them. And no excess mud, like no extra things. Right, this one gotta be fixed. We want to drop stuff right across. Same as we'd like to do here. Okay, and since we are dropping them right across, maybe I want to set it a bit nicer. Okay. Here. Oh, right. This part. I mean, it should work fine, I think. This one is placing things on both sides of the belt to really fill it completely, even though it will not be happening. We don't have enough GEODES here, I think. It's hard to tell, but I have a feeling that 4 belts will be enough, because yeah, it's just what I feel, that 4 belts, 4 purple belts, or potentially even green belts, yeah, will definitely be enough to handle all of that. Because we can always upgrade the spot a little bit in the future, right? We always have this option. Okay. Okay, what do we have so far? What do we have? This part will be producing ruby ore. This one will be converting it. Is this correct? This one is producing ruby ore, and this one is converting it. The problem that I see is, why would we do this in the same block when we can do it in the next block? In the next block, okay, we have 60, 60, 60 already. So we already have a pretty large amount of beacons over there. Okay, so there is a value, there is some value in having this step done as part of this block to save on energy, because if you look at this, we are not really using that much yet. Right? We are not using that much yet. We can how would we make this work actually? I probably want to move this thing maybe somewhere there. Not fully sure though yet. We'll have to figure this out. This one, I want to bring it kind of here, maybe like this, approximately. So, yeah, something like that. No, not like that. Let's think again. This one could be done. Yeah? No, it cannot, because we don't have space for that. Well, we can always build this thing to the right and have this reprocessing block. Where is it? This one. Let me just copy it and we'll figure out what to do with it a little bit later. Let's just copy it. We could always have it done here. Right? Let's kind of do it maybe here. So we can get all of these belts, we can bring them to this silo, we can reprocess things, then send stuff up, we'll flip this one around. Yeah, we can flip this one so that the input comes from this side. Interesting. It's like lots of interesting stuff going on. I want to fit this build completely in one block. And this will be producing a lot, a ton of rubies. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I think that's the problem, that's what I missed. It's not only about rubies, we want multiple of this. We want not only rubies, but also some other stuff. So maybe instead of beaconing this one up, we should have a line of them. Well, sorry, not this one. Maybe instead of beaconing crystallizer, we should have a line of them, lots of them, and this way we can control what exactly we are exporting. Right? Okay, let's try, let's say instead of beaconing them up to like 40, we'll have only beacons on one side, which will be 10, right? 5 plus 5, I think. This way we need 4. Okay, this is much better. This is much better. And this one, if you have like nothing, we need 29. Okay, that's not good. Let's say we'll beacon them a little bit. So like 12 or something. Then just 1 is enough. So even a little bit of beacons goes a really long way here. A really long way. Yep. Basically need just like literally a couple of beacons to match these crystallizers. We can even have them like 2 to 1. Okay. That changes things a little bit. This changes things, and this is able to give us, still give us 35 raw rubies. So if you build 6 of this, I basically want to kind of wait, but that means that we have to speed up and beacon only the ruby production. doesn't it? I think so. So what we did here, it's not really bad. What we have here, it's not bad. Just a little bit of overkill, and we want to have probably more of them connected in a line going somewhere. And I probably want the sign to be here, closer to the output. So we'll have to like rework the spot a little bit. Let's double check whether we missed anything. We missed. We have this one. We have sulfuric acid getting delivered. We'll have sulfur exported there. That is good. We can even have like a chest here to start up this whole process. We can have a requester chest right there with an inserter, because like one inserter should be enough. We need to move just how much? 7.4 sulfur per second. One inserter is most likely able to do that. Alright, and this part I can place this one actually here and send the input from there, right, like this. I could do it like this. We could do it on this side, so that this that part is kind of free. This thing could actually be moved from here over there, and we can have a line of them over there. I think that would be better. I think that's what we want to do. And this whole block could be flipped, right, so that this liquefier is on the right side. This air filters could even maybe be placed over there. I don't know. Let's do the following. Let's mark. I don't want to mark here. I kind of want to have the marking, but I don't want it. I don't want to break this part. No, we will not be doing that. We'll landfill this area and we'll do it properly, kind of over there. For now, let's quickly go here. Let's fix some final things over there. Let's connect our production to the power. I am doing this connection. Okay, this one will be removed soonish. Where are the robots? Where is our robot? It should be flying to us. What? It's not flying? No, come on. We need to have a robot. The robot. Where is it? Here it is. It's coming. It's bringing us power pole. No. It wants to recharge. Okay. It's flying again. It's flying. Flying again. It's almost there. Nice. Did it. Good job, robot. Alright. We will have something like this. What is this? Very, very strange. Okay, now it's looking good. Now the only thing that remains is to add a connection, and something broke. We clicked all 500 megawatts. How come that happened? Do we really have such a huge consumption there? Because I was kind of hoping that the load will be more kind of even. So 500, right? If we go, where is our power? This one. Why do we have 1.7? Very strange. 561. That's what we have here. We have 103. Here we have 104. Okay. 561. Remember it. If we want to have 500, we need 92. If you want to have 500, we need 92. So this is 90. So one easy way of making sure nothing gets blown up is just deleting one line of steam turbines. So if you just delete, for example, this line, it should be fine. Like there should not really be any issues with what's going on. However, it looks like we don't actually have problems right now, because the actual load, the actual usage is it's less than 300 megawatts. Yeah, it's not a lot at this point. It is not a lot, which is it's great news. That is good. That's really good. Okay. Here we have it. We upgraded our third power plant, and we were designing our Ruby GEODES block. Well, it's basically a new block. It can be used for Rubies and for whatever else we decided to use it for, but the important part is that we need to make this two things really compact, and maybe even like everything up to here. It needs to be super compact, because I want to have lots of space above to be able to place lines of crystallizers, like potentially big lines of crystallizers. So that's that is the idea. At least that's what I've been thinking so far on that topic. Good. Let's go somewhere here. Right, set it right. This is the place. I still cannot believe that this tiny block will be able to produce so much crystal sludge or crystal slurry. I can't believe it. Fluids, slurry, 1 hour. Like this stuff. It's like slurry, crystal slurry. We've been at... wait, but that's different. We've been at... I think I calculated something wrong in the beginning. It's like 400,000 per minute, right? 400,000 per minute crystal slurry. So if we divide it by 60, it's like 36 by 6, it's 6,000 per minute, and we want 1,000. Okay. So my earlier calculations were completely off the mark. This single block will be equal to 1/6 of what we have here. So it will be, since we have 30 blocks now, it will be equal, well, actually we have a little bit more due to this parts. It will be equal, like, it will be 5 times more efficient, basically. This single thing will be 5 times more efficient than this one. That sounds actually pretty good to me. That sounds really good. And now I wonder whether I should actually produce rubies, like that stuff, in this block, or whether I should be doing it in this block that is dedicated to gems. Because we could, if we can, and it seems we have fit gem production inside one block. Okay, I think we'll be able to fit it. Since we're able to do that, we potentially could do everything inside this single block. And we could keep these ones for the ores, kind of what we currently have. That's interesting, I guess. I don't know, but that means, okay, if we are keeping this half of the base for ore production. Initially I wanted to have the flow of resources when we like scale it up to go from down to top, but it just doesn't make sense with our current base layout. I think it makes more sense to have the flow of resources from left to right, so we could have basically like ammonium, stereotite, etc. ores produced here. Then we can be producing like chunks and like doing further refinement from them. Then from then on, we'll have a line of trains that will be used just to kind of balance and connecting this like huge vertical block of basic ore production, like bobs ores, to the part that produces angels ores. Then we'll have ingot production. Right, we'll need to export raw ores, some of them. We'll need to have ingot production. And I want to have another line that connects ingots to smelters. And then the output of the smelters, that one will be on LTN, and we kind of have this line already with the LTN. Well, maybe we could leave some space, maybe we could aim for this line. So the question is, how far back should we put that? But it's actually, wow, it's actually not that bad, because that means that if you proceed like this, then we can compact our ore production, our GEODES, to basically this kind of layout that we are building. Because we can build new layout here with 4 of these blocks that will be equal. This will be more than this whole line, right? Once we build it here, we'll be able to deconstruct these 2 blocks and build the same thing here and here. Then we'll be able to deconstruct this block and build the same thing here. And once we have this whole line with this kind of new nice geode processing, we should be able, once it's done, we should be able to completely remove everything up to here on the side. Right, we will not be able to remove these blocks, but we should be able to remove these ones, and then we can kind of slowly start doing something here and figuring out the exact spacing between everything. I guess we'll remove this grid at some point in the future. Right, I think that is a pretty good plan. It all relies on one tiny thing. It all relies on a very, very tiny thing. We need to make sure that this part is able to be powered by heavily simplified like this build with steam turbines 2 instead of steam turbines 3. So we need to make sure that's the case, and we need to make sure that the power that it will be getting 400 megawatts, basically what the substation is able to produce, that it will be enough to power like all of these beacons and potentially whatever else we need to add there. So, but I think 400 megawatts should be enough for this, since we were able to build, where is it? We were able to build this block, right? And this block, it's actually running. Well, it's still running, it will stop running soon. It's using less than 200 megawatts. Actually, it's this block plus that one. So, since this many beacons are working just fine, they're using like 100 megawatts or something, I don't think we'll really be experiencing problems with this one. 400 megawatts should be more than enough. We might even be able to add like more beacons here, to be honest. We might be able to have just like 3 lines, or whatever. It should be doable. Let's see, let's give it a try. We'll see how it works, and yeah, I think this is the place where we'll be building the first copy of our beta geode production. And while we've been doing it, let's take a look. The base is still struggling with Cratinium a lot. It's struggling with ores, so it's a good thing that we switched our focus to scale this part, like GEODES processing part, and we are still at 60 updates per second. That's good. That's good. I want to keep our updates per second as high as possible. Yeah, let's take a break here. Thanks everyone for watching. This was episode 211. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.